You noticing all the years getting nice already? I'm gonna start upgrading this thing for looks. Give it a makeover. Yeah, that's right, this fat chick's gonna get a beauty makeover. That's right, we're working on tires today. That's the whole point of this video. We're gonna church the Valdez up. While I'm working on that thing, I'm gonna be working on this thing. I can do two things. I'm eventually gonna do an exhaust system on this car, so I'm also gonna do the tires. Solid white lettering. I got a new set of, well, semi-newest set of tires. They're only 2 years old for this car. 235 75/15s. Because I'm going to start by cleaning up the rims. Get them all, degreased, painted, and ready to go. These tires I don't care, they're just garbage. But the rims, I need to keep those. This is one of them. Came off a Ford Explorer, I think. It's got aluminum rims. I don't need the rims, but it just came with the tires. This is what I'm working with. They're like 2 or 3 years old. No cracks. These are relatively... They're furs, well... They're new as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to film the letters to solid white. Make it look nice. Church it up. Now that we got it off and kicked off a few wheel weights, what I usually do to clean off the rims to make it ready for painting is I'll hit it with some engine degreaser. I got 2 different brushes. I use one for on metal stuff, and I got another brush just for on the tires. Just my thing. I don't know if you have to do that or not, but I have 2 different brushes for different purposes. So once you brush this stuff on, brush it in, blast it off with brake cleaner. It'll take all the grease with it, and it evaporates really quick and leaves it a dry surface to paint on. And much like shampoo, rinse and repeat. So I'll blast this off with a brake cleaner and hit it again with degreaser and then blast it off till it's basically good enough to cover. It's going to wash everything off and dry it out at the same time. I'll give it a few minutes to dry out, and I'll hit it with that. Brush it one more time and do that a second time. I'll be ready for some rust reformer and paint. Well, it doesn't look like much now, but it's ready to be painted and top coated and all that shit. Use the air compressor to speed up the drying process. A few passes from the degreaser and brake cleaner. 2 times is usually enough. So I'll get this ready to go for paint. This is the stuff. I think we nailed it. Alright, that's good enough. Wasted half the can on that. So we'll let that dry, and we'll hit it with some of this stuff. Took a little more swearers than I thought, but I got the wheel weight off. Hey, when you live in the ghetto, you want to put your best on your cars. That's all I gotta say. Now it's time to paint. This rust converter had its 24 hours. Now we're going to give it about 1 or 2 coats of this. And there you go. Let it sit for 15 minutes because the can says so. Give it another try. Already did it the front two. These need a few more minutes, but they're almost there. Just imagine better tires on that. The rims. Now, so we're cleaning the tires. It's a little bit different. I'm using this stuff. I used it before. It works pretty good. And we're not using a brake cleaner to hose it off, because that'll actually dry out your rubber. You don't want that. I'll just promote more cracking. So just use water. You can just air it out. It takes a little longer to evaporate, but you'll get to the same conclusion. And I got a different brush. I use this for wheels, like actual tires. A little bit softer. Same ordeal. Spray it and apply it. Okay. You need this to be cleaned before we paint it. It's already making a big difference. Holy shit, look at that. I'm telling you, this method works. Now just imagine that all filled in with solid white on the lettering. That's just gonna look fucking badass on this car. We'll air it off and we'll just move on to the next step. Well, I got the first 2 letters done. Just use a fine brush and some acrylic paint. This acrylic bonds to rubber. I mean, I did experiment with these oil-based paint Sharpies, but they can't get into the crevices as easily as a fine brush can. All you gotta do is be liberal with it and just let it flow into the cracks and crevices of the letter. Kind of like pinstriping in a way, I guess. I guess it takes the same discipline. I have to make maybe 1 or 2 passes. But you really get into the letters easy this way. Fucking sweet. Look at all that. That's what I'm talking about. Imagine that. On this bastard. This is where I'm going for a dress up. It's car will be black. With those type of tires. With black rims and chrome lug nuts. Wide, about 1.5 inch, a 2-inch wide strip trim down the middle for contrast. Dual exhaust, you know. That's how I envision it's gonna look, you know. We'll see. But we gotta start the tires, so just keep having at it. So this is the current status of the exhaust. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, but it's not decent. You know, just because it's, you know, it's got a deleted Cadillac converter. Let's see how it sounds with dual exhaust put in. This is where we're at right now. I'm going to run pipe from this side, following the fingers right through the second arch. We got 2 of them. Gonna run straight true duals with no white pipe out the back. I'm going to do the exact same setup as my brown Cadillac. Except I didn't film underneath when I was on the lift, but I will on this one. Straight true dual pipe is easy on these cars because they got dual arches like a Ford vehicle. So you go straight and straight, you get the gnarliest sound that way. Yeah, it's a check this out. We got a pinhole leak in the fuel line. That ain't good. What I could do is, I gotta replace these lines anyways, they're dry rotted. So I could just put a longer line and just slip it forward. I mean, that's one way of doing it, being cheap about it. Just found some fuel line laying around. A little oil at the end just to slip on the fitting here. Since it's up in the air, might as well fix it. There. Need to go a little further. Well, fixed as it's gonna ever be fixed. It ain't leaking now. I'll replace those other two another time. I'll do that when I get the wheels done. I would never expect a pinhole leak in that little fucker. Oh, this is where we're at right now. Getting it mocked up to go over the axle. And we'll repeat the other side. We're at the tailpipe section now. Now that's looking a lot better. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like a moonshine rider to me. Hauls ass and it looks good. Now I can start doing body work soon. And whatever else it's going to need down the road. Anything's possible with this car. But at least I got the wheels and exhaust done. It's a start. Till there's something more to do to it, I'll get you guys later. Till now, it's just going to be looking badass.